What is going on, Jerome's? Happy Thursday. The NCAA Tournament starts today. Allegedly. Get your hat and new gear down in the Purple for the Win store down below, purpleftw.net. Free shipping on anything. That's right, man. And Thursday, Vikings News Dump. Let's get after it. There's a lot of random stuff to get to. First up, Bisi Johnson, the pride of Colorado State, former 7th-round pick by the Vikings. Rap sheet, go. Former Vikings wide receiver Bisi Johnson is flying in to visit the Patriots today, source said. A young wide receiver with upside. He missed all last season with an injury. And Ola Bisi Johnson, I liked him. Like I said, coming out of Colorado State. He was a good special teamer, was a good teammate for the Rams, and also he had a really good rookie season because, Thielen, that was the start of his ankle injury issues. But Bisi Johnson put up 31 catches, 294 yards, and 3 touchdowns as a 7th-round rookie. That's pretty damn good. And then to raise expectations. And then he actually came into 2020 as the starting receiver ahead of Justin Jefferson. So, Bisi Johnson, even if he doesn't do anything else with his career, hopefully he does, though, he's always going to be the answer to a random trivia question. Who is the last receiver, or who is the only receiver to start over Justin Jefferson in his NFL career? Bisi Johnson, first 2 games of 2020. But Bisi, he tore his ACL in camp in 2021, and then he tore his other ACL in camp in 2022. So he's had some really bad injury luck, but he's a good kid. He's a hard worker. He's a good teammate. He's a very clean route runner, good hands, and I think that he could contribute with the Patriots because I think that his mentality definitely syncs up with the Patriot way of do your job and always put the team first. Next. Speaking of former Vikings receivers, JEROME, Ezekiel Thielen, there have been some rumors that he would be interested with the Chiefs. He and Patrick Mahomes have a lot in common. But also Carolina. Feels like Carolina. The well-worn path of former Vikings receivers going to Carolina. Jarius Wright as well as Brandon Zylstra. But Thielen, he visited, and Panthers beat writer Joe Person apparently a wide receiver Adam Thielen keeping his options open following his visit with Panthers today, per a source with knowledge of the situation. One of those options remains signing with Carolina. So I think what happened here is that Thielen got lowballed. I think that's exactly what happened. And you look at the free agent wide receiver market, it ain't great. You look at Juju getting 3 for 33, Jacoby Myers getting 3 for 33, Lazard getting $11 million per year. So I think that Thielen is probably looking for a little bit more because it ain't roll. That's for sure. Because even though the Panthers are probably going to have, are going to have a rookie starting quarterback. Their top 2 receivers right now are Terrace Marshall Jr., former teammates with Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson at LSU, and Laviska Shenault. So it's not like Thielen can't come in there and get some work. So I think what happened is that Carolina lowballed him because, if Carolina was offering decent coin, I think he would have signed right away. Speaking of receivers, so the Vikings had a contingent at the OBJ workout last week, but it doesn't look like things are happening because the Vikings aren't really rumored to be in on OBJ. The Cowboys certainly are, and it seems like a fait accompli at this point. So, yeah, all the OBJ haters. That's right. So you can just calm down. Brian Flores was at the Wolves and Celtics game. By the way, haven't really followed the Wolves much this year. Haven't really had time. But, the Wolves got screwed, man. The Wolves got absolutely jobbed by the refs and the league, but it is what it is. But they put Flores up on the Jumbotron, and then they introduced him as offensive coordinator, which, I don't know. I bet you Brian Flores would be a better offensive coordinator than Clint Kubiak. Not saying, I'm just saying. Or like John DeFilippo. But I don't know. Should Wes Phillips be sweating? B-Flow taking over? He's the OC and the DC? I love it, man. Good Morning Football. They did up a rankings of the top NFC quarterbacks. And, of course, Kirk was hated on by most of the panel. But, of course, Kyle Brandt, noted Kirk Cousins lover and supporter, put him number 2 on the list. Now, is he 2? I think you can make a compelling case because Geno 1 year sort of flashed in the pan, also sort of tapered off towards the end of last season. Stafford was hurt last year and was frankly garbage. Dak is Dak. Justin Fields is ascending, but he's not quite there yet as a passer. And I understand Hurts at 1. So, yes, I think that Kirk Cousins is the second best quarterback in the NFC. Now, that could say more about the NFC compared to the AFC, sure, but that's not the argument. Is Kirk Cousins the second best quarterback in the NFC? I would say yes. Behind Jalen Hurts. So then Kyle Brandt, even though he's got a clear bias and is a bit of a homer, I think that he's correct in this spot. And So Chris Tomasson. All right. So Chris Tomasson is very polarizing. I think that he's a good dude, genuinely. I think that he's a good reporter. I think that he lacks tact at some times and maybe doesn't do a good job of reading social cues. I know that some Vikings fans just don't have the time of day for him, but he's a good reporter. He gets the how, what, where, why, and when done well. And some of the other beat writers, they sort of roll their eyes when Tomasson asks questions, but guess what? They're using that information. They're using the question and the information that's gleaned from the answer. And Tomasson announced today that Kwesi cut Tomasson too. Kwesi cutting everyone, but Tomasson, go. Personally, this is my last week at the Pioneer Press. I will be covering Broncos for the Denver Gazette. Woody Page is a columnist there, and it's an exciting opportunity. I returned to Denver, where I once worked for a decade. I'm thankful to the Pioneer Press for my time here. Now, TBD, if the Pioneer Press is going to replace him. Our guy, Dave Muzatani, has done some Viking stuff, mainly hockey writer, but he's done some Viking stuff as well. So maybe he steps in as the daily beat writer. Who knows? But, newspapers, they're condensing. So it is what it is. But also, this would have been so good if so Tomasson has his famous, blood feud with Zimmer, or Zimmer just doesn't like Tomasson. That's what it is. It's sort of been a running joke over the years when Zimmer was here. But if Zimmer had gotten the Broncos DC job and then Tomasson just goes to Denver, how great would that have been? Come on, man. But Tomasson, like I said, I like him. I think he's genuinely a good dude, genuinely a good reporter as well. And also, his legacy, his last scoop was Harrison Smith tweeting the Prince picture, which is just amazing, man. Just amazing. Quick departure. So Bud Grant, the legend, passed away at age 95, and Ben Goessling, Star Tribune, has the details. Bud Grant's family is holding a private memorial service for the former Vikings coach this weekend, with a public celebration of Grant's life planned for a later date at U.S. Bank Stadium. It's going to be huge. It's going to be monstrous. It's going to be just amazing. And also, in lieu of flowers, the Grant family prefers memorials to the Minnesota Vikings Foundation. Blah, 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 blah. And also the Camp Ripley Outdoors Program, Veterans Outdoors, yada, yada. So lots of ways that if you wanted to send a memorial in the name of Bud Grant, go support a very worthy foundation and just go from there. And another quick departure. So, yes, today is the first day of the NCAA Tournament. Tomorrow is St. Patty's Day. It's also 3/16. So, Stone Cold 3/16. Do you get it? Understand? So, celebrate responsibly. It's going to be a fun couple of days, but, be responsible. But have fun. That's the name of the game with life. But that is it. That is the Thursday Vikings News Dump. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol. Production value.